Hey, Astra here, wanting to pop in and do a quick video for you on how to relax about money. And before I do anything, I always like to get centered, balanced, and focused. So before you receive the information in this video, I want you to just take a minute to sit and relax the muscles in your body and take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. So, what's been coming to me lately in a pretty powerful way is that when we are thinking about money um, from a place of stress, from a place of worry, from a place of fear, from a place of thinking that we're not going to have enough of it, um, all of this actually serves to perpetuate that which you're trying to avoid. Um, and so I will share with you one thing that I've been putting into practice for myself um, for a while now, but especially recently, um, especially since creating the Magnificent Messengers, which is my current business, which is very new, um, is that I've just let go. I made a conscious decision to just choose to let go of almost of any concerns about money. Um, and just know that with the clarity, my newfound clarity of my new business, um, the clarity of the true message of my soul, and the clarity of my perfect tribe, those who I am here to serve and empower in the present time, with this clarity, and really I know and I've seen from experience that with clarity in general also comes almost a feeling of being more neutral, which I think some people find that neutrality is actually, ironically, a bad way to be, because you're not, you know, feeling in some passionate manner. Um, but of course, neutrality isn't bad or good. It's just neutral. It's like ground zero, not ground zero, a place of being at sort of a 0 point, and zero just meaning not positive or negative. Um, so it's a very calm place to be, and it's almost a relief. Like once you can choose to feel neutral about something after you've gone through whatever emotional ups and downs about it, it's very relieving to your soul, and it provides this sort of like empty canvas that's ready for you to just kind of go in and create whatever you want to create. Um, and so, and because for myself, one of my, um, I don't know if goals is the right word, but one of my intentions of of how I want to create my life is that I want to be um, a peaceful person, and I've always been, and especially in the last several years, um, I've created myself to be a happier person. Um, I've created myself to be a more abundant person in so many ways. Um, I've created myself to be a much more relaxed person than I used to be. I've created myself to be a person that has been on a journey of letting go of anyone else's energy that is not mine, of letting go of any habits and patterns that were learned that aren't true within the core of my soul. They're not true to me. So I've been on a long journey, and what I see now more clearly in my vision is that all of this is propelling me on my pathway to being peaceful. Because even with all these shifts and transformations and ways of being, peaceful hasn't in the past been one of them. It hasn't yet fully manifested. But what's so cool is that as I'm observing this and seeing this vision, something in me is already starting to feel more peaceful. And like I said, coming back to this place of neutrality. Um, and it's teaching me that when I am at that point of neutrality, I do feel more peaceful. So, what does this have to do with money? So, what I've been noticing is okay, so say in the past, I would wake up and during one of my old businesses, and I would immediately think to myself, because, and knowing and with the caveat that all of my businesses have all been some sort of healing or helping or service oriented business. So my main object is always to be of service and to empower others. Um, but with that, I was carrying this old business energy of that you know almost more like can't even like the rat race. It's like it feels so long ago I can't even remember what it's called. But like that kind of rat race feeling of business energy that was maybe carried with me from even way back in the 1980s when I was a teenager. But like I was observing all around me that crazed 70-hour business work week kind of ideal and so that energy was somehow retained in my psyche and you know and in my energy field and so once I became a business owner I was manifesting that in my own business and it never worked well with who I really am. But I kept doing it because I thought that's what you were supposed to do. Like work, 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 and you know, okay, and create this new thing, create another new thing, create three new things in one day, and then who's my client? How am I gonna get the clients? And how are we gonna get the money? How am I gonna, it's like I almost feel like I'm in an auction trying to auction off all my crazy thoughts. And and how am I going to get this and how am I going to do it, how am I going to do it, because I need this and I need a certain amount of clients and I need a certain amount of money and I need and it's just it has nothing to do with the truth of who I am at all. Not to say that I don't desire money and that I don't desire financial abundance. I do. um, but the way that I was being in business before, because it didn't resonate with me on all my levels of being, um, despite the fact that I was wondering how I was going to get the money, I was really keeping the money away, right? Because the law of attraction, it's like you get back what you put out into the universe. So if I'm going, I need, and how is it going to happen, and how is it going to happen, then I'm always going to be in need, and I'm always going to be wondering how it's going to happen instead of just allowing my true self to just come through and be who I really am in business and be in my business in the way that is in alignment with my truth, um, and doing what I'm really here to do and knowing what my true message is and knowing who my perfect tribe is and serving who I'm here to serve. It's like those are business basics. Be yourself, know what you're doing, know why you're doing it, know who you're doing it for, you know, who are you here to empower? And so since all of that has come into alignment for me, um, and interestingly enough, that's what I now help people with, in figuring out all of these things, in their own business and lives. Um, since I've been allowing myself to be who I really am, express what I'm here to truly express, and do what I'm truly here to do, um, I've been just way more neutral about the hows and the and what I quote unquote need and all of that. That hasn't really come into play. And in fact, there's even been days since then that I've woken up, and this hasn't happened to me in years, but I literally, a couple days I've woken up and almost forgot that I even have a business. Um, which of course, if I do that every day, then I won't have a business. But what I'm saying is, like, it wasn't this hyper spastic, immediate mind freak. I woke up and I thought, what do I want for breakfast? And you know, um, oh, I'll take the puppies in the backyard, and maybe I'll do some dishes and brew some coffee a little while after that, and maybe eat some soup and read this mystery novel that I'm reading, and like totally relaxed, totally. And then like something in the back of my mind was like, oh, I think I emailed so and so yesterday. I wonder if she wrote me back. And so that was the only reason that I turned on the computer. It was because I was wondering if a person that I had emailed me back. And that was it. There was nothing, it was just very mellow. And so a little while after that, in between doing some other tasks, I just turned on the computer, and when it was all the way, up and ready to go, I logged into my email. And I had money in my PayPal account. And I thought, oh, like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. I have a business. And here, this is someone, signing up for my service. And I was like, oh yeah, I was so grateful and so excited, because like there was like no thoughts in my head at all about what am I going to do today in my business? How am I going to get the money? What am I going to do to get more clients? It was nothing, like nothing of that old way of being at all. Gone, gone, gone. And that's when the money came in. And and so, am I saying that I don't do anything as far as letting people know about my business? No, I'm not saying that at all. Um, but when I do share my new business and my new service, it's from this place of being calm, and everything I share, whether it's a video or a new sound healing or a blog post or a newsletter or a Facebook post, or whether someone else is sharing my tweets for me and my posts and everything, it's all coming from this new place for me of just feeling so good, about what I'm doing, because it's the real me, and I'm living in my truth, and everything I do is from the core of the true message of my soul, and why I'm really here. Um, so relaxing about money comes from clarity. It comes from connecting within, discovering your truth, the truth about who you are, the true message of your soul, your perfect tribe, who are the people you're here to truly serve. And with this clarity comes this just a knowing that now that you have this clarity and that you're acting on it, and that you are consciously, doing, performing actions that are getting you seen and heard, because you've made a conscious decision from within to be visible in your business. which feels so much better once you have the clarity of what it all is, what you're doing, why, who you're serving. Um, it all just starts to flow together, and it's amazing. It's like you're no longer getting in your own way because you're living in your head, and you're and another big piece that I'm going to add real quick is another thing. By discovering and uncovering um, the true message of my soul, and allowing that to empower me, and discovering my perfect tribe and allowing myself to empower them. Um, by doing this, I have stopped listening to and and acting, performing actions in my business based on sources outside of myself. Meaning, even with all the newsletters I'm signed up for, and with all the blog articles that are coming my way all the time, do I still read some of them occasionally? Yes, occasionally, and especially those of my friends who I love, and especially those whose energies and purposes are, very aligned with who I am. Um, but as far as like the bazillion business coaches and people telling you to do it this way, or something's not going to happen, or the three mistakes you're making that are keeping clients away, or yada yada, all any negative type of marketing, any fear tactics, all that. It's like either unsubscribe, 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 or just ignore, 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 because I can't do that anymore. It has nothing to do with my truth, and my business is created my way, from my truth, from my message, and the more I sit in this new throne of groundedness and centeredness in my soul, um, the more I see money coming in every day, and and of course now it all makes sense, and now it all makes sense as to why it wasn't happening before. Because my main question had always been like, why is it that when people work with me, I can help them and support them in creating and sustaining a magical business that brings them more money, but I can't seem to do it for myself? It's because when I work with them, I was not in my head. I was, you know, acting and being from a place of my soul, energy, intuition, inner wisdom. Um, and that's how I am when I work with other people. Um, and as is the case for many mentors and coaches and facilitators, it was harder to then turn in and do that for myself. But now I'm doing it. Now I'm doing it. And I know that the key was this clarity, of my message and my truth. Um, and I'm way more relaxed about money now. And now it's coming in, just into my household, whether it's for me or my partner, you know, um, or it's coming into my PayPal account, or it's coming through the mail, or it's, and it's like, oh, and every time it happens, I'm like, oh. I know that sounds really funny, but it's just sort of like, oh, well, there it is again. And it's very neutral. It's a very calm feeling. It's not a living in the head, freaking out about how it's going to happen thing. Um, so because it's just happening. Um, so I hope that any of this, because I know that I talk a lot, and my stories are long. Um, I do hope that there's clarity in all that I've said, and if it does support you, I would love to hear. I would love to hear if you decide to have a more relaxed feeling, and do some inner searching, soul searching about your truth, and how you really are meant to be um, in your business, and And I'd just love to hear more about what you discover.
Okay, thanks. Bye.